The Landfairs are a fucking joke. And I'm glad that the feds have added them as victims to the indictments. And I'm also glad that they're testifying against R. Kelly. And I know you're going to say, well, Kairos, why are you happy that they're testifying against R. Kelly? Can't they sink him? No. They're actually going to help him. You know why? Because you cannot defend a man for 23 years. Go out to eat with him. Play guitar on his albums. Have him over to your house. Have him hanging around your family. Your wife cooked for him. Everybody cooked for him for the past 23 years. You went to the buffet tour. You went everywhere. Your daughter, who you say he pissed on, was just up there trying to put money on his books. You cannot, for 23 years, defend a man, hang out with a man, video of you dancing to the man's music after he was acquitted, video of you hugged up with the man. And then you want to come out now and say that he harmed your daughter and that you were threatened into silence? Did somebody threaten you to make you come to his house? Did somebody threaten you to make him go to your house? Did someone threaten your son to take pictures with him? Hugged up with him? Did someone threaten y'all to do all that extra shit? Someone threaten you for your wife to cook for him? The jury is going to look at all of this shit, y'all, and the jury is going to say, if R. Kelly is such a bad person, why are these so-called people who are saying they're being threatened going out of their way to hang out with him and go to his tours and cook for him and treat him like a brother and hug up with him? The father hugged up with him. And they're going to say, it couldn't have been his daughter on the tape getting pissed on. And it couldn't have been R. Kelly in the tape because he is hugged up with the man that he is now saying pissed on his daughter in the 90s. And they're going to say, well, I wouldn't hang out with nobody that pissed in my daughter's mouth. So I know R. Kelly did not piss in that girl's mouth. Because these people went out of their way to be around R. Kelly. Couldn't wait to tell everybody, yeah, I'm on R. Kelly album. I play guitar for R. Kelly. You are bragging about it all around town in Chicago. And now R. Kelly's a threat. Now he harmed you. Now he threatened your family. And now you got to speak out to get justice. Get justice for your daughter who got pissed on in the 90s. And you didn't say nothing in the 2008 trial. You told the authorities in 2008. That's not my daughter on that tape. I don't know what y'all talking about. That ain't my daughter on the tape. And they let R. Kelly go. They let him get acquitted. Rightfully so, because nobody could prove who was on the tape. They can't just assume a young lady is underage and convict somebody. Especially of a star like R. Kelly, a star status of R. Kelly. You can't just convict somebody because you assume a young lady is underage. And, you know, there was no knife to her throat. There was no gun to her head. She, if whoever was on the tape, drank piss willingly. Willingly opened the mouth and swallowed piss. Again, why would I run up and down the street and hoop and holler, protect black girl, protect black girl, protect black women, protect black women? Why would I do all that hooping and hollering and all that dumb carrying on if the own father is hugged up with R. Kelly? The own father hugged up with him, but you're running and you're telling the authorities, y'all got to do something about R. Kelly. Oh, he's a monster. He's a this, he's a that. But y'all went out of your way to hang out with him. Do you understand that the Landfairs are going to give R. Kelly another acquittal? That's why I never talk about them. I'm not worried about the Landfairs. I'm not worried about the Landfairs at all. They help R. Kelly. Geronda, the Landfairs, and Azriel are going to be the 3 reasons why R. Kelly gets acquitted. Because they're terrible accusers. Azriel is going to get on the stand and probably say R. Kelly forced her to eat shit. And then the attorneys are going to say, well, if you ate shit and he did all this to you, how come when the feds came over there, how come you didn't leave, you know? Why did you stick around to go visit him and put money on his books? If he was this terrible human being. If he made you eat shit and beat you and he didn't let you have no food and he treated you like an animal this entire 5 years, why not? At the first time he got arrested by the feds, you knew he wasn't getting no bond. Why did you stick around to go visit him? Don't you think the jury is going to ask all these questions when they get to deliberate in a case as big as this? It's too much reasonable doubt. R. Kelly is not getting convicted because the case is overcharged. So thank you, you idiot federal prosecutors, for bringing the Landfairs to the board as a way of being victims. You brought them in as victims. I'm happy about it. I'm excited. Because they're not victims. And when R. Kelly's attorneys show all the video of the Landfairs and them hanging out after the trial, and as recently as like 2018, 2019, and when they show videos of Rashana hanging out with R. Kelly before he got arrested by the feds, the jury is going to say, wait. This man can't be a monster. They got to be setting this man up. It's looking like a fucking setup. Because it's no way. Because all the jurors are going to start thinking this. It's no way I would ever hang out with somebody that pissed on my daughter in the 90s. And that's how they're going to look at it. Thank you, Mr. Landfair. I want you on that stand. I want you on that stand. The more reasonable doubt we have, the better. The better. And the Landfairs are going to get him acquitted. And Azriel, I can't wait till your sorry daddy, Angelo, gets on the stand. Because the one question that everybody is going to ask is, Angelo, why did you send your 17-year-old daughter to go live with R. Kelly? It's nothing wrong with taking her to a concert. A concert is a concert. But why did you take it a step further and buy plane tickets for her to be alone with R. Kelly, for her to go visit R. Kelly? Why didn't you give her any money when she went to go be with R. Kelly? Is it because you already planned for R. Kelly to take on financial responsibility of your daughter and you wanted him to fuck? You wanted him to fuck so that you could have something to hold over his head. Because everybody knew about R. Kelly's accusations. So the only reason you would send your daughter to live with R. Kelly is if you wanted to extort him later. But you didn't know the age of consent in Chicago was 17, so you really couldn't do nothing about it. So you had to make up these ridiculous lies about your daughter being a hostage, your daughter being tied up in basements, your daughter can't bathe, she ain't got no cell phone. And we see the girl, and she is looking fantastic. She's looking well-fed. She gained weight while with R. Kelly. He bought her breast implants, bought her Birkins, treated her well, nails done, hair done. So I'm looking at her like, this is a lying dirty whore. And I'm looking at her father like, you're a lying fucking bastard. Anybody who sends their daughters to live with grown men know exactly what's going to happen. Angelo's not stupid. He keeps hollering he's from the streets. I'm from the streets. I know how shit go in the hood. Then you should have known that some sexual was going to happen between Azriel and R. Kelly once she turned 18. And you really couldn't say nothing about it. Because she only had 2-3 months. And once she permanently moved there at 2-3 months, you couldn't say nothing about it. You couldn't force her to come home because at the end of the day, she was there consensually. And she told the police every time that she did not need help. So my thing is, if she needed help, she could have spoken to the police at any time. So y'all, like I said, don't be alarmed. The Landfairs are going to get R. Kelly acquitted. They're a joke. Angelo is a joke. Azriel is a joke. Geronda, who went out of her way to stalk R. Kelly, stalked him. She's going to get him acquitted as well because she's a fucking psycho. So all we got to do is sit back. Yeah, they're laughing at us right now. They're saying, ha ha, you're not winning any motions, ha ha. And I know it stings because we're upset that R. Kelly's still behind bars. But it doesn't matter if we win a motion or not. It matters if we win the case. The case is what's important. R. Kelly being acquitted of all charges is what's important. Anyway, free R. Kelly, fuck the Landfairs, fuck the Clarys, and fuck Geronda Pace.